Good morning, America. As the sun rises over our cities, a new chapter in American naval history is dawning, one that promises to redefine our nation's role on the world's oceans. Yesterday, President Donald Trump took the stage to announce a bold vision, the Golden Fleet Initiative, a sweeping plan that could reshape the very core of the U.S. Navy for decades to come. At a high-profile event at Mar-a-Lago, joined by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, President Trump revealed the centerpiece of this initiative, the Trump-class battleship. This vessel is more than just a ship. It's intended as a new symbol of American naval power, innovation, and determination. This isn't just a routine military update. It's a sweeping promise to restore and even surpass U.S. dominance at sea, rekindling the spirit of American leadership on the waves. President Trump didn't hold back in his criticism of slow military production. He pledged to cut through bureaucratic red tape, meeting directly with defense contractors and military officials to accelerate the building process and ensure America's fleet is ready for the challenges ahead. The first ship in this ambitious class, the USS Defiant, is set to embody unyielding strength and courage. Its christening marks not just the launch of a vessel, but the beginning of a new era for the Navy. Navy officials are calling the Trump class potentially the most lethal warship ever constructed, boasting cutting-edge technology, advanced weaponry, and next-generation defense systems. Supporters argue this initiative is essential for U.S. security and global stability, while critics raise questions about its feasibility, cost, and the broader strategic vision behind such a massive undertaking. But the Golden Fleet is more than just a collection of new ships. It's a sweeping vision for a renewed American presence worldwide, aiming to reassure allies and deter adversaries wherever the U.S. flag flies. These ships are designed not only to project power, but to send a clear, unmistakable message. The United States is committed to leading the world's navies and defending freedom on the high seas. The Trump-class story is just beginning, and as the first keels are laid and the first ships set sail, the world will be watching to see if this new Golden Fleet can truly usher in a new era of American maritime power. So, what exactly is a Trump-class battleship? It's a question that sparked intense debate among naval experts, defense analysts, and military enthusiasts alike. The Trump class isn't just another ship, it's a bold statement, a vision of naval power reimagined for the 21st century. These ships are truly massive, stretching up to 880 feet in length and weighing in at a staggering 40,000 tons. That's more than double the size and displacement of today's largest destroyers, making them some of the most formidable vessels ever conceived for the modern era. In terms of sheer scale, the Trump class rivals the legendary Iowa-class battleships, which once ruled the waves during World War II. This marks a dramatic return to big ship thinking, a philosophy that many thought had faded into history, with the rise of smaller, more agile warships. Trump claims these ships will not only be the biggest, but also the fastest and most powerful ever built. Their engines are designed for speed, and their firepower is expected to surpass anything currently afloat. He promises they'll be able to strike enemies at unprecedented ranges, hinting at major advances in missile technology and integrated weapons systems. These ships could potentially change the way naval battles are fought, projecting power far beyond the horizon. Each Trump-class battleship will require a crew of 650 to 850 sailors, significantly more than the crews of modern destroyers. This means a return to the days when warships were floating cities, bustling with activity and teamwork. What's more, Trump and Navy Secretary John Phelan are personally involved in the design process, overseeing everything from the ship's silhouette to its internal layout. Their hands-on approach signals just how important this project is to the administration. The ultimate goal? To create a floating fortress, a command center at sea that serves not just as a weapon, but as a symbol of American resolve and technological might. It's meant to be both a shield and a sword, and a psychological deterrent to any adversary. The administration hopes that the mere presence of a Trump-class battleship in international waters will make adversaries think twice before challenging U.S. interests. It's about sending a message, loud and clear. It's a bold gamble, betting that in the age of high-tech warfare, bigger can still mean better. The Trump class is designed to dominate, to lead, and to inspire awe both at home and abroad. If successful, the Trump class could become the ultimate trump card on the high seas, reshaping the balance of naval power for decades to come. But for now, it remains a vision, ambitious, controversial, and untested. Only time will tell if this bold new chapter in naval history can truly become reality. The Trump-class battleship's power lies in its futuristic arsenal. It will feature 12 launch cells for nuclear-capable hypersonic cruise missiles, traveling at over 5 times the speed of sound. This marks a major shift, as the U.S. hasn't deployed nuclear cruise missiles on surface ships in decades. The ship will also have 128 vertical launch cells for Tomahawk missiles, anti-ship weapons, and defensive interceptors. This firepower allows the battleship to handle multiple missions without reloading. Next-gen tech includes a railgun, an electromagnetic cannon, and high-powered lasers for defense against drones and missiles. These directed energy weapons represent the future of naval warfare. Traditional 5-inch guns and rapid-fire weapons will provide close-in defense. The combination of missiles, lasers, and guns creates a layered defense system. If all these systems work together, the Trump class could be the most heavily armed warship ever conceived. But integrating these technologies will be a monumental challenge. The vision for the Trump class faces a harsh reality. America's shipyards are struggling to keep pace with the nation's ambitious naval goals. Once the pride of American industry, these shipyards now find themselves mired in delays, cost overruns, and a shortage of skilled labor. The challenges are mounting, and the stakes have never been higher. Navy Secretary John Phelan recently warned Congress that all major shipbuilding programs are behind schedule and over budget, painting a sobering picture of the current state of American naval construction. The Constellation-class frigate, once seen as a cornerstone of the future fleet, was canceled after years of delays and mounting costs. Meanwhile, the new USS John F. Kennedy aircraft carrier is already 2 years late, with no clear end in sight for its completion. The Zumwalt-class destroyer program, originally planned for 32 ships, was slashed to just 3 due to spiraling expenses and technical setbacks. Each of these programs was meant to modernize the fleet, but instead, they've become cautionary tales. These repeated setbacks raise serious doubts about the feasibility of building something as complex and massive as the Trump-class battleship. The technical demands are enormous, and the workforce is already stretched thin. Each Trump-class battleship could cost up to $15 billion, 7 times more than a modern destroyer. That's a staggering price tag, especially when budgets are tight and every dollar is scrutinized. Securing funding for a fleet of these ships will be a fierce political battle, with lawmakers divided over priorities and the best way to strengthen America's naval power. Critics argue that the same money could buy a larger number of more versatile, smaller ships, vessels that can be deployed quickly and flexibly to meet a range of threats around the world. U.S. shipyards are already operating at full capacity, with little room to take on a project of this magnitude. Building the Trump class may require opening new shipyards or reactivating old ones, and hiring thousands of skilled workers who simply aren't available right now. Recruiting and training this workforce is a major challenge in today's economy, where competition for skilled trades is fierce, and younger generations are less likely to pursue careers in shipbuilding. The scale of the effort required to build the Trump class is truly unprecedented in modern times, demanding coordination, investment, and innovation on a level not seen in decades. The question remains, can American industry rise to the challenge and deliver on this bold vision, or will the troubled waters of shipbuilding prove too difficult to navigate? Building the ship is only half the battle. Arming it with futuristic weapons is another challenge. The railgun program was canceled after years of technical setbacks. Barrel wear and power demands proved insurmountable. Hypersonic missiles are still in testing, and integrating them onto ships will take years. Making some of these missiles nuclear-capable could spark new arms control disputes and international tensions. High-powered lasers, while promising, are still in development and face hurdles like power generation and targeting in bad weather. All these advanced systems require enormous electrical power, far beyond current warships. The Trump class would need a revolutionary power plant, reliable and combat-ready. If any of these technologies fail, the battleship's mission could be compromised. The risk ending up with a costly ship that can't deliver on its promises. Success depends on overcoming these daunting technical barriers. Some analysts warn that in the age of long-range missiles, a massive ship like the Trump class could be an easy target. China's carrier-killer missiles and cheap sea drones have shown how vulnerable large warships can be. The war in Ukraine proved that even powerful fleets can be threatened by smaller, cheaper weapons. If a Trump-class battleship were sunk, the loss would be catastrophic, militarily and symbolically. Critics argue for more. smaller ships spread across the ocean, a concept called distributed lethality. Supporters counter that advanced defenses could make the battleship nearly unsinkable. The debate: fortress or liability. The Trump-class battleship bucks the trend in modern naval strategy. Most experts now favor a distributed fleet of smaller, more affordable, and even unmanned vessels. This approach spreads firepower and reduces vulnerability. If one ship is lost, the fleet fights on. For the price of one battleship, the Navy could buy a squadron of frigates and a flotilla of drone ships. The battleship, for all its power, can only be in one place at a time. Supporters argue that a large, powerful command ship still has a vital role. The Trump class is envisioned as the queen on the chessboard, dominant and game-changing. The administration is betting on old-school power, updated for a new era. With U.S. shipyards struggling, some suggest turning to allies like South Korea and Japan, whose shipbuilding industries are world-class. South Korean company Hanwha Ocean is investing in Philly Shipyard, possibly paving the way for future collaboration. Such partnerships could bring new technology and expertise, modernizing U.S. yards and training workers. But U.S. law requires Navy ships to be built domestically, a rule that would need to change. Opponents argue that outsourcing warship construction is a national security risk. Still, the scale of the Trump-class project may force a hybrid approach: components built abroad, final assembly at home. This could speed up production while keeping jobs in the U.S. The debate over international cooperation will shape the Navy's future. The Trump-class battleship represents a pivotal choice for America's future at sea. Supporters see it as a bold statement of strength in a dangerous world, a symbol of renewed confidence and power. Critics warn it's a risky, expensive gamble that may be obsolete before it sails. If built, these ships could reshape naval strategy and force adversaries to rethink their own plans. But their success depends on technology, industry, and strategy all working together. The risks are as massive as the ships themselves. Will the Golden Fleet secure a new era of U.S. naval supremacy, or become a costly misstep? One thing is certain: the world will be watching.